Hello my beautiful people, and welcome back to another episode of the Yosemite Guide. Today I'm coming at you from Hetch Hetchy in Yosemite National Park, and we got Hetch Hetchy Reservoir here with a couple waterfalls. We're heading out to Wapama there on the right, and we're ultimately heading out to Rancheria Falls, which is 6.4 miles each way, so doing about 13 miles round trip. We got our O'Shaughnessy Dam here, and I'll show you more of that on the way back, but we're going to pass a couple really cool waterfalls, and this is the time to do this hike right now in the springtime, early summer. It's pretty exposed, so it gets pretty hot during the middle of summer as things get close to triple digits around here. So yeah, let's get into it, see what we can find. Right. And here's the route right here. We're at the Hetch Hetchy Dam, or O'Shaughnessy Dam, and go up here through the waterfalls. Most people would just go to Wapama Falls, 2.5 miles out, 5 miles round trip. That's most normal people stop there. That's a big spot, but we're gonna keep on going up across Til Til Creek and head up to Rancheria Falls up here on Rancheria Creek, which will be just over 6.5 miles up here, so it should be a good one. Give you a shot of this valley that was dammed up, and maybe I could show you a picture now of what it used to look like before it was dammed up through the power of technology. Bam, that's pretty cool. Here's a picture of what the valley used to look like before it was dammed up, and now still beautiful, but not its original glory. And we got a beautiful hike on the north side of the reservoir to start things out. The big Kalana rock looking over the reservoir here on the right there. And we're 1 mile in here. This is a very important juncture where you have a right turn going towards Wapama Falls. So we're heading right. See down below Wapama Falls, 1.6 miles. So we're gonna head to the right here at your first fork, but it's pretty well marked. And it's a pretty leisurely hike so far, just butterflies everywhere, tons of wildflowers blooming, just really enjoyable because the heat isn't too bad this early in the year. It's May 21st 2024, so another month and it's going to be blazing hot out here. So keep that in mind if you're doing this hike in middle of June, July, August. It's going to be pretty hot. And we're going to be heading over to Wapama over there. We're about 1.5 miles in. And we got this Tueulala fall here. Really pretty. This is going to be more seasonal. So once you get into summer, this will dry up. Not a ton of water feeding this thing. So we're going to continue on forward. I'm about 30 minutes into my hike, but I'm at like a light jog. I'm moving pretty fast. So it'll probably take you a little longer to get to this point here. Little crossing here. We got some pretty good mist coming off of this thing. Really cool. And it feels really good with that sun beating down on me. Hopefully I can keep my lens clear here. A nice shot of Kalana Rock here. The Hetch Hetchy Reservoir coming up on Wapama Falls footbridge. This is one of the larger waterfalls in California with a total drop of right around 1,100 feet. Really impressive. If the water's flowing over the bridge, you don't want to cross it, but it's safe right now. But this thing's got some serious power to it. Look at this. Flashing up on the footbridge here. Awesome bridge here. Yeah, we're about to get pretty soaked coming up, but it's gonna feel good. Awesome. We got our other waterfall, Wapama, in the background. I am soaked. So coming off that Wapama Falls footbridge, you get into a little bit of elevation gain with some switchbacks here. Took me about 45 minutes to get out to Wapama, but I've been moving pretty fast. I'm actually nursing a foot injury today, so this will be one of the few times you actually see me wearing shoes. It's feeling okay, but I'm just trying to protect my feet, you know, because I'm so good at that. But yeah, we're making pretty good time here. So I'm from Wapama to the Rancheria Falls. Footbridge is about 4 miles, 3.9 miles. So not too bad. And to get out here to Hetch Hetchy from Yosemite Valley, it's just over an hour, but it's a really pretty drive. So if you have some days in Yosemite and you already hit all the sites, I would recommend it. It's pretty nice. And I'm about a half mile past the Wapama Falls, and it's still going gradually up. Not too steep, but just enough to get the heart pumping here. That's good. Nice shot back at the dam there. All right, and upward and onward. Man, it's like a solid mile of uphill past the Wapama Falls footbridge. Gotta be prepared for that. Luckily, a lot of it is shaded through here, so we get a little bit of reprieve from the sun. But it's like just over 80 degrees right now, but if it was 10-15 degrees warmer, this would be pretty tough going for sure. I'd be sucking down the water, but not too bad right now. Some really cool granite slabs here as I keep heading upstream. And things really thinned out past Wapama. The parking lot was pretty much full for the dam. There is overflow parking up a little ways, but yeah, you want to get here early to get that good parking spot. And past Wapama Falls footbridge, I've seen a handful of people, but it was pretty crowded up to that point. But really nice solitude going on right now. I'm getting back to the end of the canyon here, and even though I'm only almost 5 miles in, really feels like I'm in the back country back here. It's just so peaceful. Lots of little springs popping out of the rocks, and not another soul in sight. Okay, we're right about 5.1 miles in at Til Til Creek footbridge here. Got a pretty nice flow going. Some huge granite boulders. And pretty colors. We got a couple of nice little switchbacks coming off that Til Til Creek. So if you weren't feeling your legs a little bit by now, this should help. Not too incredibly steep, but a couple switchbacks here. Here's our little fork in the road. We got a little split off, and you can see the lower Rancheria Falls here. Really pretty cascade coming down. Nice little slide down the rock. We could actually go check that out. There's a couple other hikers in the mix here. And this is really cool here. And although this is a good destination, I'd check this out, and I'd still go that extra, it's almost 3/4 of a mile up to the footbridge of the upper Rancheria Falls portion. This is spectacular. Yeah, this is really cool. Get a little bit of rooster tail coming up there. And this is one you don't want to go up the side here. These rocks are just so smooth and slick. You don't want to go for a swim right here. Pretty impressive. We got our last big push up here to the upper Rancheria Falls. It's all pretty exposed out here. This would be really tough in the dead of summer, just due to the exposure and heat. But right now it's pretty nice. I am feeling it a little bit though. Okay, and we got a little split in the trail. This is where I came from. And it says Hetch Hetchy, 6.5 miles, which is what I'm at here. And then you can go either right or left, and we want to go right, even though it doesn't say Rancheria Falls, but which is weird. But it says Pleasant Valley 11.9, Pape Valley 19.5. If you go left, you're going up towards Til Til Valley, which is 2.7, and then Lake Vernon way up there at 9.4 miles. But you want to go right at this split here, and should be coming up on Rancheria Falls. And here we go. Got the Rancheria Falls footbridge here. It's crazy turbulent water. Nice shot back of where I came from, way on the other side of that rock. Pretty cool. But looking at these rocks right here, looks like I can kind of scramble up the side here. If I'm careful, maybe I could check out right up top there. I'll give that a look. And once again, you got to be really careful doing something like this. If there's any moisture on these rocks, they are super slippery. And even without moisture, some of this moss and stuff is pretty slippery. So you got to be really careful. Don't get close to any edges, you know. This is rad. Keep going up here. This might be a good spot for lunch up here if it's not too windy. And my legs are definitely burning here. Nice little scramble up. Hopefully we got a view from the top here. That's cool. It's not looking super promising going up that way, but we got up here in a hurry. This is a really nice view. Alright, Rancheria Falls, we made it. It took about 2 hours and 20 minutes maybe. Slowed down towards the end there. Starting to feel the legs, but I'd say under 3 hours is pretty reasonable time. But yeah, it's a little windy in these parts right here, so I'm gonna get down a little bit and then make some lunch. Get some good burritos in me, some fuel to get me back home. Yeah, hope you're having a good time. And as we come back up into the wider portions here, the reservoir side. We got the waterfalls coming back up on our right. But looking at this beautiful reservoir, I can't help but think of what John Muir saw back in his day and why he fought so hard to protect this land and from being dammed up. And he was really passionate about it and fought the whole latter part of his life to protect this land. And they were trying to pass bills. They were thinking about ways, even going back to like 1860, how to get water out of the Sierra Nevada mountains to feed San Francisco. And the biggest push came from the big earthquake in 1906, then subsequent fires from that burned down all of San Francisco, and they ran out of water. And that really helped push things through, and the bill finally passed in 1913 to approve O'Shaughnessy Dam. And it just broke John Muir's heart, and some people say was the reason he died. You know, he died of pneumonia the year after that bill was passed, but some people say he died of a broken heart. And you can hear it in the words he wrote prior to his death when he talked about these people passing the bills, when he said, "These temple destroyers, devotees of ravaging commercialism, seem to have a perfect contempt for nature, for instead of raising their eyes to the God of the mountains, they raise them to the almighty dollar. Damn Hetch Hetchy, and damn the water tanks for the people's churches and cathedrals, for no holier temple has been consecrated by the heart of man." And you feel that in those words, you know, how passionate he was about protecting this land. And we saw earlier a picture from about 1909 of this beautiful valley and what it could have been. And it's just crazy to think we're only, as the crow flies, about 20 miles, less than 20 miles from the actual Yosemite Valley, just on the other side here. But this valley is could have been pretty majestic as well. So can't help but think about that as I walk back along this reservoir here. So I'll keep it moving. Coming back into this powerful waterfall. This cascade coming into the reservoir is really cool. Another look at the power of Wapama. This is awesome. Alright, shower time. Alright, so for today's lunch I'm combining a couple different elements I've used at different times that were really good. So it should be a good combination. Coming back with my Tapatio queso mac. I got a couple of these left, but I can't find them in the stores anymore, so I'm using them sparingly. And then I got my my Walmart meatballs that are going to be really good. I think I'm just going to try and get mostly the meatballs out of there and not use too much of the sauce. And then we're gonna make burritos out of those. I got a textural element, ghost pepper potato chips. And then of course I got my hot sauce. I got a different one, the Melinda's Boot Jalokia ghost pepper. Not crazy spicy, Still hot, but I could use this one liberally, which is kind of nice. So it's not like a burn your face off one. Pretty good flavor on it. So got my water boiling, and let's see what we can create. While I'm waiting for my water to boil, I'll give you a look at my view I got here. Oh, I'm on the home stretch. I'm parked right at the dam over there on the other side. So not too far, but we got a nice view of the lake. And then I got a little seasonal waterfall trickling off the edge here. It's pretty cool. I even got a fork today. Got to stir this up for sure. I learned that the hard way. I'm ready to add my meatballs here. Probably even chop them up a little bit. These are coming along nicely. We're ready for our queso mac going in. And our premium cheese sauce is going to help thicken this up. Okay, got our noodles cooked up, our cheese sauce mixed in evenly. I think we're ready to plate here. I'm excited about this one. Got a nice kind of thick consistency. So I didn't char my tortillas, but I had them sitting out in the sun here, and they seem pretty well baked. So I should have probably found a shady spot, because I am getting baked as well. That was good. Now we're coming with our Trader Joe's ghost pepper potato chips, lattice cut. These are super, super good. Not crazy spicy, but it's gonna give us that nice crunch on here. And then we hit it with the good stuff. Got our ghost pepper sauce going on. There we have it. The good stuff. Now I'm ready to try my backcountry burritos out. Queso mac and meatballs. That is really good. And you gotta have that crunchy textural element from those ghost chili chips. But this is like a 9.1. I'm gonna power these down in a hurry. Alright, burrito number 2. I let it cool down a little bit. Kind of clean things up. This one's even better. I feel like my ball to noodle ratio is on the money on this one. Last one was a little heavy on the balls. It gets a little salty when you do it like that, but this one's perfect. Another successful lunch, but I got to get out of the sun. It's beating down on me. I got just over a mile and a half to go, so home stretch. All right, made it back to the dam here. Pumping out that water. San Francisco. Pretty cool. But that about does it for this one. I ended up doing about 15 miles with all my extracurricular activities. And Wapama Falls, super impressive. Just a magical day. Don't forget to like that video and catch me on the next one. Love ya. Peace out.